I'm not comfortable using the she pronoun. Not because it's not anything to be disrespectful. It's just that a lot of people that follow me don't know that Blaire is trans, and a lot of people that follow her maybe don't know me, vice versa. And I think
I like how Dave literally said I was trans in the first like few seconds of the video, but she has to clarify it again just to be hateful. Okay.
So you see that kind of behavior, right? It's always hateful. Blaire's like XYZ. She's being hateful because she reminded everybody that I was trans. The conversation is about you being trans.
You feel like a woman. Like I get woman energy from you, right?
Okay, why is everybody like, does that, you know what I mean? Like, we can give this person, sends a message of like, we shouldn't be doing this to kids, and like, fine, that's your shtick. You can do that. I don't have to accept this person into the movement, and the thing is, also like, but the other thing about that is, it's not my movement, if you will, to accept anybody into it, but I'll get into the rest a little later. However, Jimmy, calm down just a little bit. Please calm down.
Right? I feel like I'm talking to a female. When I see Dylan Mulvaney, it seems like a gay guy doing impression, and the most insulting impression of a woman I've ever seen.
He calls himself a girl, by the way. He don't say woman.
He calls himself a girl. So what?
Are you guys enjoying this episode? I sure hope you are, because I made it especially for y'all. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and the notification bell. And by the way, we do have channel memberships now. So if you guys want to be a member of the channel, it is so much appreciated. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to anybody who becomes a member. So thank you again for everything you do and for all your support.
What do you say about someone like Dylan Mulvaney? Do you think he has that gay guy energy?
100% gay guy energy. I also.
So does this person. Like, it's just, to me, just 100% gay guy energy. That like guy being, cosplaying as female. I'm sorry, like, I'm not going to accept this behavior, like, and think it's okay. Listen, you guys who have already been on this episode, on this channel, you guys know me. I don't hide who I am or how I feel about certain things. I am a woman, and that means something to me more than ever. And when I was younger, I didn't do this thing like, oh, I'm a girl, love me, I'm a girl. I never did any of that. But now, today, I don't take that lightly at all. I didn't ask to be a woman, of course, but I cherish it. I cherish that God made me, and it's being so like, well, you feel like because you look like, so we'll go on with that, but we'll talk about somebody else. No, Dylan Mulvaney then has every right to cosplay however he wants, if this is acceptable too. I'm sorry. And no, I'm not like, this means something. Little girls who grow up to be women mean something. Women give life. God gave women that lovely gift. Not sorry for what I said, but I know I'm on lecture mode, if you will, but this is crazy.
I also think that the other side of the Dylan thing is Dylan is a very, 2020s example of a human being that's been caught up in an algorithm and it's overtaken their real life. So they were doing TikTok videos for years with minimal amounts of results. Then they came out as non-binary, went up. Then they came out as trans, skyrocketed. And I think that in a lot of ways, Dylan is an excellent caricature to be sort of the face of so much of this stuff, because at the end of the day, Dylan is clicks, right? It's like like you said, very insulting presentation, very strange behavior. I personally, it's whatever to speculate on someone's, personal, transition and what they're doing and not doing. But as someone who knows what transition does and can see it on a person, I don't think Dylan's on any type of hormones or anything like that. And it's not me saying Dylan is like an ugly person or whatever, but it's like, well, no, estrogen changes your body composition and it changes the type of fat that exists on you. And it changes your aura and your energy, by the way, like you said. Energy is a big part of it. And when you see all these trans people, especially, lives of TikTok, and it'll come up on your feed of this crazy behavior, these big burly dudes going into bathrooms and, talking crap. there are, unfortunately, because, you know, I wish it was more of a black and white thing, there are many reasons why people identify as trans now. Cross-dressers, fetishists, you know, men who are attracted to women and are sexually turned on by becoming a woman, that's a part of it for some people.
All right. I can agree with this person on that. That is a part of it for some people. A lot of people won't be honest about that. And a lot of people, if you say that to them, or they hear you say that, they'll think that, you know, you're just this bigot or bad person or whatever. Like, I've actually said this on my show. There's an episode I did about, I don't know, some guy who was with some trans guy thing, person, whatever. And then they were like, oh, you know, they just, you could tell it's like they like the way the bobs looked on them. And so, like, I was like, this is a very perverse thing. Like, the way they kept looking at themselves in the mirror, I was like, they're like oddly turned on by this. And it just was like very, very perverse. I don't pretend to understand why people subscribe to this type of living, or when I say that, like, I'm not looking for every single reason why every single person is doing this, but when I see a reason why, I will talk about it, and that is one of them. Also, like, well, I'll let this person keep talking, but I'm going to share some behavior of this person as to, and just hold on.
And then there are people that really felt a certain way from a young age, and people get on me for saying that that's, you know, more valid than a horny dude, but it is, in my opinion. And not only is that my opinion, that was the opinion of the medical establishment until very recently. You could only get on these drugs through realizing that. And cross-dressers were told, no, this is a sexual fetish for you.
So
when you have fetishists being able to say, I'm a woman, and go into women's spaces, and then women feel threatened, that's because they're feeling that energy. There's a threatening, horny man energy.
So that's what I'm glad you brought it up, because that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you when I was a kid. So I'm much older than you. I turned 40 18 years ago. And
Boy.
I used to watch Phil Donahue, and they would have in 2020, and they would show this underground society of cross-dressers. There were cross-dressers. You turn on the TV, daytime TV, they're cross-dressers, and they would talk about cross-dressing. And just like how the flu disappeared during COVID, it's like cross-dressers have disappeared during this trans era. Say about that. And the second is, why do you think no one gives a shit about protecting women's spaces anymore?
Well, because you're interviewing a man about protecting women's spaces. I mean, I use that term man very loosely because men don't act like this, right? But don't get it twisted. I don't look at Blaire and see anything woman about Blaire. I don't. I don't have to be mean about it. I don't know that there's a way to say that without it coming off that it sounds mean. I don't care. Like, it's like, I'm not one of those who make exceptions, right? Like, I wouldn't, if I met this person, I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Like, I've seen people tell Blaire White, you know, like, your best bet is to just get out of here and go ahead and grow a beard. I'm not going to take cheap shots like that, because that does nothing for me as a person. And it's just lame to do that, right? But at the same time, I would, you know, if I saw Blaire, I would be like, hello, how are you? You know, the person say, hello, how are you? Okay, that's it. I'm not going to say she. I'm not going to say, hey, girl. I'm not saying that. I'm not. And somebody will say, well, if you didn't know, you would. If I didn't know, but I do know. This means something to me. It does. And everybody's so loose about everything. It's insane.
Doctoring whatever they want to do. These people, these people's businesses were
now accusing me of what Kiwi Farms did. This is crazy.
Well,
if I take a screenshot of your name and your tweet,
this looks like.
It's not from my website. So how are you accusing me of that?
The point is, when you create an online digital hit list of online bullies,
this was done for this. I'm sorry. This was done for this.
Someone's address someone got because
Can I ask you a question? What year was that posted? What year was that posted?
It was last year, the same time everything happened with your website. It was last year.
Yeah, because Zoe Quinn attacked us and started trying.
All right.
You're missing the point.
Just to be clear. So what you were
she doxed my family on Kiwi Farms.
Okay. Hang on a second. So just to be clear, what you're showing
and that sucks, and that's horrible. I
don't care. Honestly, it wasn't that serious. I think even that is being blunt. Unfortunately, nothing happened. Everybody's alive. It was just like, nobody. It's been 18 months. Nothing happened. There were pictures.
So anyway, what I'm trying to show you is the aggression from, and don't get me wrong, she's angry, right? Candace is angry. This person will, like, don't get it twisted, okay? And maybe today Blaire's not like that, right? But this is why I don't play around with this whole thing, like, oh, you're trying to make sure people know that I'm trans, and you are trans, right? You are trans, whatever that is. And so that behavior, I've seen big men in heels get up and get in women's faces and say, I'm about to beat this B up. I don't mess around. That is a male. You may be a kook man, but you are still a male. I'm not saying that about Blaire. Maybe Blaire's not like that today, but I'm pretty sure when you get all popping off at the mouth and popping off at the neck, that's how men get in fights with women, and then really think it's two women fighting. It's not, because the punch is different from a person like that. So I don't mess around with this stuff. I don't, but I'll leave it there. See you guys at the next one. Bye.